the workout, we're doing deadlifts, and this is probably my third or fourth time deadlifting in such a long time. I basically took a break from deadlifting for a while, so I'm back into it again. I have done one set, so this is my second set, and I am going for 80 kg. I think I'm going to stick to this weight unless it feels light, and then I can obviously add more weights. However, I have some tips for you guys, and I hope this is recording. I think it is. So my top tips for this exercise is, this is deadlifting. Do not squat it. I used to make the same mistake before. I used to squat it, go all the way down, and then I'd be wondering why I can't push. When you squat deadlift, it makes it so much harder to go heavier because you're squatting it. You're not up. You're not in the actual form that you need to be for deadlifting. So do not squat it. That's the first thing I need to say. The second thing I want to say is choose your stance. So we have a sumo deadlift and we have a conventional deadlift. I do conventional deadlift. So I bring my shins really close to the bar, about 1 inch away from the bar. And when I come up, I make sure that it touches my shins. And that's why my shins are always bruised. So yeah, bear that in mind with deadlifts. Your shins will be bruised. And also another thing that I want to say, when you're coming down, don't keep your knees straight. Obviously, when you come back up, your whole body is going to be in a straight position. But when you're going down, you don't want to be like, I don't know, but I just had something in my mind. Make sure to bend your knees so you can go down to grip the bar. Use your hands to grip the bar. Okay, so another thing that I want to say about this is I managed to get really heavy deadlifts and really heavy RDLs using straps. So when you use straps, obviously your hands, if you have slippery hands or sweaty hands, the bar will not slip from your hands. It will obviously keep it tight. So if you think you have sweaty hands and you need some support for your grip, you're more than welcome to use some straps. I mean, I have my straps in my bag, but I don't really see the need to use them anymore, so I don't use them. And let me see what other tips I have for this. Okay, hold the stack out of the bar. Don't rip it off the floor. And also, when you're coming up, you want to push the floor away with your feet. So using your feet, push into the ground. Imagine you're pushing the floor away. And when you go down and you grip the bar to bring it up, push your hips back and then come back up. So those are my top tips for deadlift, and this is my second set. So let's do a whole set together. And let me know how you feel about this. Deadlifts used to be my absolute favorite when I was 16, 17, but I think as I grew older, RDLs became my favorite. But either way, they're both amazing. If you want to grow some glutes, these are amazing, especially the conventional ones. I don't know, some people like the summer ones to build some glutes, but for me, I feel like the conventional and the RDLs really did help me a lot to build some glutes. So without talking so much, let's get this started. So this is my third set, and after this I have one more set. So I do 4 sets of this, and I usually tend to go for lower reps and higher sets. But for now, I'm just getting used to deadlifting again. I haven't deadlifted in so long, so I'm allowing my body to get used to it. And even 80 on its own felt really heavy, so I'm going to keep it at 80. I'm not aiming for any particular amount of reps. I'm just going to do whatever I can. And then I'm going to do a drop set for my last set, which is the next set. So, as I said, I always do my grips, alternative grips, just because I feel like this is the way that it works for me. However, you could also do it like this, or with straps. So, I approach the bar with my shins, and I aim for 1 inch away from the barbell. So just about here, because when you go down, you want your shins to touch the bar. See, when I go down and I go forward, my shins automatically touch the bar. So like this. And then I approach the bar with my hands. So if you squat it, it's gonna look something like this. Don't do that. Don't squat it. Keep your hips high up in the air, okay? High up. So you grab it and you stack it off the ground. So you go like this. You hear the sound go. So, like this, and then like this. And also, another thing that I want to say about gripping the bar, make sure that your hands are in the exact same position. So, if one of them is here, make sure the other one also has the same distance. So, I always see this little part of the bar, which is like the rough part of the bar, and I always place my hands here. So on the other side of the bar also, I place my hands there. And you want your hands to be just outside your shins. You don't want them so far out. You want them just outside the shins. You go under the bar like this, and you point your feet quite outwards. So you don't want them like this. You want them like a little bit like this. So just rotate them outwards. That was a set. All right, so I hope you saw what I mean by demonstrating the whole thing. I'm gonna, I'm dead. Lord, I can't speak when I finish a set. So I'm gonna lower the weight. I'm gonna stick with 20 on each side. Oh, I'm dead. I'm gonna stick with 20 on each side, and I'm just gonna do a drop set of whatever I can. Because for the last 2 sets, I think I got roughly around 4 to 5 reps. So I'm gonna lower the weight, do some drop set, and then we're gonna get started with our back exercises. So I shall see you at the next exercise. We're at our second exercise, but it's actually the first back exercise. So for the first exercise, I am doing seated rows. Okay, so for this exercise, the first thing that I want to say, obviously, is adjust your seat. You have 2 things that you need to adjust. The first one is your that supports your chest, so you lean against it. And the second thing that you need to adjust is your seat that you're sitting on. So you adjust this based on your height. You don't want to be too low, you don't want to be too high. You just want to be at the perfect height for you, so you can reach the handles and also reach the supporter for your chest. So the third thing is the handles. We have 2 different handles here, and these handles have a different impact on different muscle groups. So for this program, I am using the bottom handles because I am working my upper back here. So I use the lower ones. And the fourth thing that I want to say is when you're pulling the handle back, make sure that you pose at the back. So when you're pulling it, pose, count 3, 2, 1, and then let go back to the start. And don't let it like bounce off the thing. So you want to control each one of the reps that you do. So when you go down, you want to go slow. And when you're coming in, you want to go a little bit faster than going back. So I'll show you a rep. So when you're here, let's say you're doing this or you're doing the up one, I tend to have my grip like this, just because when I have it like this, it tends to activate my biceps and my forearms a lot more than my back. So I usually have my grip like this. I grip around the handle tight, and you can use straps just for a stronger grip, because your arms, your forearms, and your biceps tend to give up before your back does, and you have a lot of power in your back muscles. So if you need to use the straps, go for it. Choke, strap, anything. You bring the handle back, 3, 2, 1, and then you go back, just like that. And then you just Keep repeating every rep like that. So I'm gonna do 9 kg for my first set. I'm gonna do 12 reps, and then I'm gonna gradually increase the weight every set that I do. Okay, so for our next back exercise, we're doing a reverse lat pull down. My top tips for this exercise is when you want to come down with the bar, lean slightly backwards and keep your chest high up. So don't slouch your back. You always want to be straight up with your chest. Have your chest pointing outwards and also keep a straight back and look forward the whole time. So you want to grip it with your hands like facing outwards. So when you want to do reverse, the palm of your hands will be facing like the other way, and you'll see your fingers facing this way. Whereas with the other lat pull down, you're doing this. But with this is reverse, so you are gripping reverse. And make sure you always have your hands in the same distance as each other. And also make sure that you set the adjustment of the seat to your height, so you don't shoot up and out. Keep your back straight, lean back a little bit, and bring the bar to your chest. And make sure you go all the way up to stretch your lats. That was a good set. Okay, so for our next back exercise, we're doing pull-ups. And I am doing my pull-ups assisted with a band. I've already set my band on the bar. I'm gonna do as many as I can. And I should have really done this at the start, because like with pull-ups, you need a little bit more energy so you can pull yourself up. This is one of the best ways that you can do it. Either a band, or you could do it on the assisted pull-up machine, which most of the gyms have. So I just get a box like this, I stand in the box and I set my band like this. So I just basically tangle it up in itself. Hello everyone, so welcome to our last and final exercise of the day. We're doing biceps. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down, and this on its own is a whole exercise. I am not going too heavy just because I feel like my arms are gonna give up on me. I am gonna do 18 kg, and I am doing 3 sets of this. My top tips for this exercise is keep your arms next to your body, don't floor them out too much. So you want them like this. And you could also use one of your legs as support. So you could bring one of your legs back and have it as support. And also always remember to keep your chest up high. So you want to keep your whole body, especially your back, straight as well as the chest. Just keep it up high and always look straight. So by looking straight, you're keeping neck in a neutral position. So you don't want to be hyperextending your neck or looking down too much. You just want to go with the exercise, and wherever your back is and your chest is, you want to keep your neck in the same position. So I'm just going to grip onto the bar like this, and then I'm going to use one of my legs as support. I bring one of my legs back and I lean on my front leg, and I always keep my arms next to my body. And what you do, you just roll the bar up towards your chest. And you keep a pose. So you pose at the top for 3 seconds. You want to count 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way back down and give it that stretch. Okay, that's a little bit too heavy for me. I'm gonna drop the weight to 14 kg. Also, another tip that I want to give is your breathing. So when you bring the bar up, inhale, and when you go down, exhale. And repeat that for every single rep that you do. I'm gonna do 2 more sets of this, and we're done.